We all love a good find out season story. We have a MAGA mom that's in her find out season story. We love it when these people start to get what they deserve, right? So this is posted in the Boomers Being Fools subreddit. She says, Boomer Trump supporting mother finally gets her wake up call. We love these stories. All right, it says, my mother was a public school employee, now retired, who has become increasingly isolated from longtime friends due to her Trump support. She always had issues with people disagreeing with her and emotional maturity. This week was her come to Jesus moment. Her sister, married to a now retired federal agent who were absolutely hardcore conservatives, have now seen the light with this administration. Myself and another close relative are likely to face upcoming job eliminations with what the OMB intends to do with federal grants. We had repeatedly warned her this would happen should he be elected again. She would laugh and say, well, he didn't do that the last time he was in office. You're being ridiculous. Keep in mind, this woman was so ill informed, she didn't believe the January 6 offenders were even arrested for assaulting police because that's not what they showed on Fox or Newsmax. She called me in a state of panic yesterday, asking what was going to happen to our jobs. I told her straight up, it's not good, and it's normally not an issue in my career face program. In my career to face program elimination. To face program elimination, it happens. The problem is now the vast amount of eliminations leaves our options severely limited. I'm not sure if this will result in having to move from the area or I would have to take a low paying position to survive, which would be the type of position I couldn't just reschedule a meeting to accommodate. It finally hit her. The child she scapegoated her entire life would not be available to take her to doctor's appointments or pick up her groceries and meds. The grandchild who helps do her yard work and snow shoveling might have to go live with his dad a distance away. The only one that would be available to assist her would be her barely functional, Trump loving golden child that forgot to pick her up from her last colonoscopy and had his phone turned off. Where she waited for 2 hours until I got back from an out of town work meeting. I've never heard her actually apologize for anything to me, but finally, the consequences of her poor choices came to fruition and she cried hysterically. She says she was never going to vote again and she's ruined her life. She's also worried her SSI will be affected. I tried to warn her, and now she's in the midst of a boomer freak out. So she's talking about she's never going to vote again and she's ruined her life. And now she's crying because her life is affected. When her daughter tried to tell her how this was going to impact her, she wouldn't listen. Too many of these people are too tuned in to their Fox News, which is not even news, is entertainment, to their right wing, alt right sources of news, and they really don't know what's going on in the world, especially if they don't listen to other people. So now that reality is finally starting to smack up against what they thought would happen. Now they're in a panic. And I kind of love this for them. I love that the spike in cortisol and their stress levels are going up because, yes, we literally tried to tell them. Now, I do know and understand that this is going to impact all of us, but some of us who were knowing and understanding what would go on, we're not so panicked because we kind of had the opportunity to brace ourselves for what was going to happen. Sunbeams off glass says, why are you even helping her when she clearly treats you like let Golden Boy do that. And if she suffers, so be it. And then the OP says, I won't lie. Part of it is self satisfaction, internal validation, when I was starved of it externally as a kid. That I am a decent person who is willing to consider the human being instead of the behavior, to help out people that don't always deserve it and do the right thing. Somebody has to flip it, and my job is full of absurd people. I also get she is working with a limited toolbox and doing the best she can do. I won't tolerate her pushing boundaries. Having a very difficult mother like this and overcoming it as an adult is what makes me good at my job. I'm understanding at managing and serving difficult people. They don't get under my skin. My mother and brother were like the final boss challenges. Um, well, after I started working in social services, but finally, even they ceased to upset me. It was very freeing. Firefly says they didn't care when it only affected others. They cry now because it's starting to affect them. They wouldn't care if they weren't hit, like my folks still. And then Nell says, as someone who grew up with a mother like this, I'm not shocked OP doesn't acknowledge this. It's hard to see. I hope they do now. And then OP says, oh, I get it. I don't really exist outside of her needing me something, outside of her needing me for something, or how she can use me to promote herself. For example, I've never really been complimented to my face, but if I would run into someone, I would hear all of my glowing achievements my mother bragged to them about. Okay, so that's the only way she exists is if she needs something from her or if she needs to brag to her friends about how well the daughter is doing. Nell says, Jesus Christ, are you me? Desperate Cause says, that hits hard. Um, and then Garden Gnome says, then why are you doing for her? Exactly. Why are you doing stuff for her? But I get it. I mean, some people do try to be the bigger person and all of that, but I don't know. That doesn't work for everybody. So we really do enjoy these find out season stories. We love it when they're in a state of panic, when they are finally getting what they voted for. I really do hope that voters who voted for this get it worse and first. I do realize that we're all going to get some of it, but just brace yourself, prepare where you can, pay down bills if you can, because yes, this is about to hit us all. I'm shifting to this post in Ask Canada. Canada is really upset with us. I mean, and I totally get it. This person says, let it be clear, if you are conservative and you support Trump right now, you are a traitor. You cannot openly support Trump while he's a direct threat of our nation and economy. This is coming from someone that was going to vote PP, that Poilievre or whatever his name is. This person says, but now we'll wait for his actions, not his words. We need to unite as a country, first and foremost. Left liberals versus right conservatives is irrelevant right now. We cannot back down from tariffs until Orange Man does first. That's all there is to it. We need to put tariffs that will affect key swing states like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, etc. Nothing against you guys. So then the support from MAGA supporters in those states start crashing out. Don't let this crook win. This is what Canada is saying to Canadians. You are an enemy if you're a conservative right now and if you support Trump right now. And they said, we need to touch the people in these states, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, etc. And I like how they are targeting specifically the red states for tariffs. I really appreciate that about them. Mallory Knox says, I was complaining to the owner of my work that I'm having issues finding daycare because very few where I live are open past 6:30. She said, oh, don't worry. Everything will change now that Trump is president. And all I could think was, Trump is going to extend hours for Canadian daycare? I'm very confused. Standard Objection says, welcome to our world, ma'am. People just seem to turn off their brains where Trump is concerned. Judgy Squirrel says, I wonder what the appeal is. This guy is a blood-sucking eel. I just need y'all to see what Canadians are saying about us and Trump. No Twist says, from the Council for Common Sense Thinkers in America, we do not agree with anything this man has done or understand why a habitual liar who bankrupted 6 companies should be president. This man has been in and out of court because of the things he's done wrong since the 70s. He lost a defamation case, and less than 24 hours later, he defamed E. Jean Carroll again, complained to the Fed to lower interest rates, but then does everything to raise inflation. Then he argues that you don't know how tariffs work. Yes, he's doing all of these things that are stupidly going to work against us. Yay. This is what MAGA did for us. Yay. This person says, he bankrupted a casino. How does one manage that? He manages that because he is not particularly smart. He's opposite of smart, just like his voters. Yes. And this is what we're stuck with. This is what we're stuck with. They have to, they poop the bed. They have to sit in it, smell it, and now they have to deal with it. But like I said, all of us get to deal with it now. Anyways, join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. We need to be reminded of Trump's own words regarding tariffs while he was campaigning, how he was going to get inflation down, bring back jobs, all of that. In August 2023, in a rally in Des Moines, Iowa, we're going to bring back our jobs and stop countries from taking advantage of us with these ridiculous trade deals. Remember, he did negotiate the UMCA, the United States Mexico Canada agreement. He was part of that. He scrapped NAFTA for that. He says, and don't worry, folks, these tariffs won't cost you a dime. Prices will stay low and our economy will be stronger than ever. October 2023, speech in Erie, Pennsylvania. The fake news will tell you that our plans will make everything more expensive. It's not true. We're implementing smart tariffs that will protect our workers without raising costs to the American family. January 2024, rally in Manchester, New Hampshire. They say tariffs will raise prices. Wrong. We're making better deals, and you'll see the cost of goods go down, not up. We're putting America first. That means affordable products for you. March 5th, 2024, our opponents claim that tariffs will hurt consumers, but under my administration, we've seen the opposite. Prices have remained stable, and in many cases, they've dropped. We're winning on trade, and you're benefiting at the checkout line. Finally, June 2024, rally in Phoenix, Arizona. Don't let them scare you with talk of rising prices. Our tariff strategy is working, bringing back jobs and keeping prices low. The American people are winning again. That is what he said while he was campaigning. His people were not smart enough to actually look into what tariffs do. They looked at it after the election. So he got their vote. He doesn't care. Prices are going up. We're now in a trade war. We're now in Trump's trade war. We're now in a tariff war because of Trump's tariffs. So we're going to continue to, I'm going to attach this video to my YouTube videos, and I'm going to keep reminding people that this is Trump's tariffs, Trump's trade war. We need to attach those words to Trump's name, like all of his other bankruptcies and failed businesses. He's going to fail the country spectacularly, bigly, if you will. All right, let me know what you think. Please share this.